Hello, this is Shantae Brown Sugar Talks on Timeless Tuesday. I don't have a lot to say today. Today is just that day. Today is the day of cloudy weather, stormy weather. So anyway, in that situation, I would like to give so many shouts out to some throwback music. So, I have thought about how we never, like, it's like now we're to this point where we can realize that these women have done so much for us or whatever, and we don't really send any songs out for, it's like never songs. Like, we still got Bill Withers and Otis Redding or whatever, but we never kind of like look back at the black female singers and how they compare to the ones that I wish we do, because we do. I went last night, I was like re-listening to some stuff, and so I always thought, man, Erykah Badu, they compared her to, they always compared her to Billie Holiday. And Billie Holiday is just like, it's just this sound that comes out like a record or whatever. Like, it's beautiful. Like, you still hear the spin of the dust on the record as it goes around, and it's like making that sound. I would love to make a record. Like, just like do it like they used to, like they showed in the movie Sparkle, like how he was putting the paint or whatever it was, or gliding whatever that gloss was on top of it. But it's just like we haven't put that in the playlist lately. It's like, and maybe it's there, but I just haven't listened to it. So one person I want to send a shout out to is Billie Holiday and her writing, especially Strange Fruit. Strange Fruit, I think it was something that we needed and we still need today. It's just like that reminder of like the people that were lynched and killed for like, just strange reasons sometimes. And then it's like also just like the greats, like how you wake up with inspiration, with her traveling around and her seeing everything, and like that being her inspiration, like just being inspired by what she saw, and then just like wanted to cultivate like something or significance or some type of attention to what was going on, to what was really still going on in a time that, and the fear that you get from feeling it. And so even with that, it's like you think about it and it's like, man, like she had to be going through some major shit to be, to have to actually see that herself and be like, man, that's my color, like that's my skin color. And it's like, it can happen to me for anything. This can happen to me for anything, and I have no control over that. And so, I mean, I don't know. I just really liked just knowing that was something that she wanted to do or whatever. Another one, because I'm looking at somebody else's research, but it's Ma Rainey. So Ma Rainey, she's like a blues singer, the mother of blues. Just to think of her sassiness and just all the stuff that she was saying, and oh my God, at the time, just all these different songs about sex that she would just like interlude to, and just like, I mean, and to think that our grandparents now, they hear the word sex or they hear the word coochie or pussy, it's like, but and they be like, no, that's it's too much. But it's like, what about the blues, like the hoochie coochie and all that different stuff, like all these different things that also gave way to sex, just like the idea of it and what they gave and how they gave it to you and all this different stuff. Even the men who sang the blues about the punani. So I mean, it's just like, man, we had all these great different voices of just like, I don't know, just so much, just, I guess it was just these voices of love, all these different things. You got Bessie Smith. I know Queen Latifah did like a situation on her, like, I didn't get a chance to see it though, so I don't think I'm gonna go into Bessie Smith, but I know that she was she a jazz singer, Bessie Smith? Let me see. Yeah, but I think she sang jazz, and she was the highest paid singer of her day. They call her the Empress of Blues. So yeah, she sang the blues. The St. Louis blues. Huh? Y'all ain't nothing like St. Louis blues. I'm telling you, like, if they still do it, St. Louis always has some place where you can hear the blues. They, like, on Friday, Saturday, or Sunday night, sometimes even during the week. There used to be along the Mississippi River, which we call the riverfront. So the riverfront in St. Louis, they would usually have the blues. And I wish East St. Louis would have done the same thing, but I don't think they're close to the river, but not close enough to the river to, like, be able to put barges and boats and stuff and then get out there and sing or whatever, you know. But I think it's, like, more rough on the East St. Louis side than it is on the St. Louis side. So on the St. Louis side, it's like the Missouri side is kind of quiet, you know. Then on the Illinois side, it's not. It's like a rougher ride or situation to the water, even though there's a bank right there, and usually people still go there for fishing. Remember, don't eat the fish from the Mississippi. But anyway, so the thing is, it's like the blues, you know, they would go, they would always have like a boat or something. They used to have this like wheel boat that would carry people. They'll take them to the middle of the water, maybe take them out, whatever, and you know, I don't know, it's just like you had to pay. It was called the ferry or something like that, but it got destroyed in one of the floods or whatever, which people don't really realize that we have floods too. So anyway, it got destroyed in the flood, but they always had a boat with the blues. You know, it's always something. And even if you couldn't find it on a bank, you're going to find it like in one of the restaurants that's close to the riverfront. And then you can always find it like off the riverfront too. Good food, good blues, and people still get up and dance and have fun and are laughing and just having a good time. And that's I say that's one of the next good, you know, because I talked about my city, but I also have talked about St. Louis because it's only like 10 minutes away, so we kind of get both cultures, you know, as far as that goes, and they are different, but they not different, you know. So yes, the blues gave way through everything, you know. It gave way to so much stuff. So I really do appreciate the whole St. Louis vibe and that St. Louis blues. Oh my God, I did not know Bessie Smith was doing like the St. Louis blues. I just had no clue. You see what research does for you? Just opens your mind up, because I just stopped researching. Mamie Smith, also a blues singer from Cincinnati. Again, with those lyrics. Dina Washington. Sarah Vaughan. Oh, Sarah Vaughan. Oh my God. Y'all, I love me some damn Sarah Vaughan. I think one day, you know how you get those CDs in the mail, and I got that one by mistake. I thought I knew her, and I ended up knowing her. You know, she is a wonderful singer. I just really did appreciate her. I just enjoyed her music a lot. So, I mean, I just feel like, yes, let's start to add these things back to our playlist, because I study music. I try. Anyway, I'll try to sing, and I'll try to make my songs and try to write them or whatever. And I know one day I'm going to have to try to get somebody else to sing it. I don't know. Maybe I can sing it. But I do sound like an old ass record that needs like a good band. I mean, I would need a good band to cover it up. But anyway, it's like, I just feel like when you start to study the music and start to study different artists or whatever, it's always good to like I always say, look out at different people and like what their sound was and how it was, so that you can incorporate that into, but I said it's about everything, so you can try to incorporate what that is into something else. So, I don't know, today is just like Timeless Tuesday, and just going back to all those people that really influenced me and what I listen to and how I listen to it. Nina Simone is another great one. Like, I just the Four Women. I remember I had a friend that would be like, listen to it, hear it. And I used to hear it, but not when he told me to. You know, it's just like, damn, like, this dude is really trying to come across to me as like something beautiful and deep, you know? Like, does he know my dad does this too? You know, but then I was like, okay, just listen. But now it's like a beautiful, it's something that where I'm just like, I'm connected to it. Like, because there's a writer who wrote about the Jezebel, the Sapphire, and the mammy. And I think one day I'll mention it. I think I mentioned it when I first started doing my podcast because I used her research. But it's such a comparison to that. Like, it's such a great comparison also to like that whole throughout in your life, like all the different stages of life that we go through, because all of us can say that we were one of them. Like, all of us can either say we were one or two of them. All of us can say we've probably been all of them. At different points in your life, you've been one of those four women. So it's like I really again, the inspiration that they have as far as writing, like especially when I started to write, it's like that inspiration is, you don't know where it comes from. It can come from the trees, it can come from picking up dog poop. You just like, shit, what the fuck am I thinking? Like, but how did it come? How did this